What it do, what it is, ladies and gents. This is a piece dealer, and I didn't bring my computer. I actually shout out to um, whoever hit me up because I low-key almost forgot. I'm not gonna lie, but personally, I didn't bring my computer, so I'm using my phone right now, and that's gonna count for this quality. But welcome to Capricorn season. There we go. That's the camera. That's me. All right. It is your boy, the peace dealer in the flesh. Okay. Shout out to all of you joining me right now. Okay. Um, I want to kind of have you treat this as like any new moon and a ceremony, um, celebration, especially coming into this completion arc. We had the activation from Aries to Gemini. We had the integration from Cancer to Virgo. We had the breakthrough from Libra to Sag. We have the completion from Cap to Pisces. Sometimes you could be so authentic that people think you're fake. And that's one of the major things you're breaking through. Some of you have done stuff that are so magic, and magic is so normally your life. Certain people just assumed, oh, you're a fraud, like you're just deceiving people, not even like they judged you. It's like, oh, okay, you're just finessing people, you know what I'm saying? And it's creating some conflict because some of these influences are realizing, oh, you were the real deal the whole time. Okay, especially when it comes Mans was about to get some. Oh my gosh, stop. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Um, when it comes to the real deal, when someone has confirmed that you're solid Taurus and that you have the work ethic and hustle Virgo and produce results, your reputation Capricorn, the real deal. Where are you realizing more than ever you are the real deal in your life? Because collectively, this is completing more of your reputation. Saturn rules Capricorn. And so a whole year's worth of karmic action is paying off. Okay. It doesn't take a season for it to pay off, but you're going to see this in the form of what you're sowing, right? What you're reaping, everything that you sowed in terms of the actions you took Aries to move aligned to the authenticity of your character relative to forces with the Pluto square that shamed you for doing this. And then the Cancer opposition to maintain sincerity of that authenticity, to sincerely express how you feel amidst social influences making you feel like an idiot for telling the truth. And then Libra, which broke through this individuality and taking how authentic and sincere we see ourselves towards other people socially. And so Capricorn is the final level of this, the actions that you've taken. And that's why this is very important. A lot of this is not subjective, it's objective. It's not, this is where tenets of the universe come in. You create your reality. Like you are as a god. A lot of people mistake that to mean that you are God. You're not God. You will never be God. You didn't come here to be God. And that's not a bad thing. You came here to be you. I think the only thing better than being God is you being you. That's what you were created to be. You are as God. Okay, you are a creator. That means you are the creator of your reality. You feel me? And so everything you do incurs a consequence, positive or negative. Okay. And I hope to see more of that trend, every year get a lot more. So Celestial Drip, I don't do super chats for ceremonies. I just keep the ceremonies pure. But for anyone who wants to donate any super chat for your boy, please go ahead. I do not mind. All right. But other than that, you're getting ready very powerfully to come into the completion of all the work that you've done, and it's going to feel incredible. You should be feeling it now. You've broken through with greater visualization and higher consciousness to what you're creating. And now there's this feeling of liberation and success. You're getting ready to push forward so that you can realistically complete the integration that we did. So let's actually break it down. Activation, integration, breakthrough, and then completion. The opposite of activation is breakthrough. The opposite of integration is completion. So you're completing everything that you're integrating from July to September, this mastery. And this is where everything is going to make more sense than ever, even down to realizations that start to piece in together stuff you've been pondering for years. I promise you the best is yet to come. This is literally just starting. Okay. So, uh, it's very important to acknowledge where you've come, because if you give in to all the negativity and propaganda around you, you might mistaken that there's so much to be negative for, there's so much to be depressed about, but you are your reason always to make the choice to be happy. And not just happy, but also in a position, uh-oh. Okay, nice. But also in a position, hold on, guys. Okay. So, Celestial Drip, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. And Ginger the Clue, shout out to Ginger, y'all. Ginger is a natural queen and genius out here. So if you're not following her, Heal with Ginger the Clue on Instagram, please do. She's not playing around. And shout out to the Saturn Aquas. Congratulations for completing that Saturn return. I feel like y'all got it the harshest. I really do feel like y'all got the harshest, but it's making y'all the strongest. So we are on the threshold to kicking in 2023, and literally by March, beginning the end of the world, the beginning of the end of the world cycle, Saturn and Pisces. And I'm not going to lie to you, there's going to be so much, especially in light of this Mercury retrograde, that will, realistically challenge you. It's going, if you think everything you've gone through up until now was big, 2020, 2021, 2022, the last decade, it is nothing. You're seeing the effects of many people entitled in the world kind of realizing that their entitlement means nothing in the face of, actual challenges, versus y'all who, instead of approaching things entitled, really just applied so much of your lessons. Someone requested $40 from me from Cash App. I think that was a mistake, so I'm just kind of denying that. But, relative to that, I don't know if it cuts out. Did I cut out whenever I leave the screen? I didn't cut out any, did I? Or did you still see me? But other than that, you put in the work internally or externally. And I want you to move forward knowing that it's paying off. You're going to reap all these rewards, the rewards from career, 11th house, and then, of course, the 12th house final energy. Okay. So with that being said, what kind of facilitates here, in a sense, is before we take these rewards and then move forward with Aries to start all over again, you're getting ready for this to apply every single ability and technique you've ever learned. This isn't a conscious process. It's stuff that has been happening in the world within you, and Capricorn is bringing it out through you. By the time you end Capricorn season with the full moon coming into Aqua, you'll have more sincere understanding of your full power. So I want you to think that up until this point, you've been preparing what it is that your full power looks like. The way you use your full power the first time you step into it will not be at all the same as the way you use your full power after decades of using it. So that in and of itself is a whole new adventure you're getting ready to step into. But This is also going to make you more aware of the psychological mind games and also the negative demonic influence within others, that now that you're awakening more to yourself, the deceptive tricks and tactics they use to trigger and hold it back, they don't work anymore. Look around you in your 3D environment. Friends, blood relatives, people in positions of power, etc. You're starting to see they're all being revealed elements of demonic influence. You're starting to realize people in your family who might be possessed by demons. You're starting to realize people in government who have connections with the devil. And this is not a joke. I'm not saying like speculatively. You're seeing how certain people are possessed by certain spirits that cause division and chaos, because so much of the bullshit you've been taught by science has just been that bullshit. Don't get it twisted. It's not that in a relative sense there hasn't been amazing advents. You know, as a true scientist myself, I do acknowledge anything that is the truth and aligned with truth, and anything that can even challenge my beliefs. It's just you are seeing firsthand that everything that you've been taught hasn't not written. Okay, this is very important. Personally, moving forward, I want you to comment an exclamation mark if this is true. Everything that you've been taught externally has never served you. Everything that you revealed to yourself within has been what has gotten you this far. Like if you listen to advice from experts, if you listen to what mainstream tells you to do, if you listen to what you're supposed to do, some of you would have died. You have firsthand experience of this. Some of you are realizing because you took in your own advice, you're still alive. Versus other people who didn't. These bitches are dead. They're dropping dead. They're losing a sense of their identity. They're not even who they think they are. Okay, this was orchestrated from the beginning to titrate who gets certain elements of wisdom and who's basically just fed bullshit. And so the reason why I'm saying this is the deception is going to the final level, to where even if the truth, you know, is entering a greater visual quality, to where if you really don't have that connection within, you're going to completely be deceived. You're going to see even more than the last 2 years, more of these spiritual leaders, more of these faith healers, more of these people who walk the path of life, give in and bow down to the agenda, tell you bullshit like, you know what, this is okay, that's okay. Even if you hear it from me, I hope you call me out, but you'll never hear me be on that bullshit ever, ever. So what's very important is, as we reach this period of darkness, there's no more Sag. After Jupiter leaves Aries, that's it. And that Jupiter in Aries isn't light. It's your inner light. It's the light of your own identity. So just really keep that in mind. You're going to sense more hatred just towards the decision of you to believe in yourself. But it's going to give you more power than you've ever imagined. So this ritual is a 5-finger manifestation ritual that before or by May will manifest. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. The first finger will manifest Capricorn season. You can program it like that, or it doesn't have to have a time limit. This 5-finger manifestation, you know what I'm saying? Is really more so whenever. I'm not giving mine a time limit. It's something that I know will manifest. Okay. And living in that end state and walking forward with faith to bring it in, because you're vibrationally where, you know, creating that vortex, is coming into the next 5 months, going to see hyper accelerated results, and you're going to come into much more of a higher understanding of what you're doing and how it works. But the whole purpose of this manifestation ideology is not to force a result. If you're doing manifestation techniques to force an external result and see results in 3D, you're missing the point of it entirely. The manifestation community and wave that you see here coming through, for those of you who get it, when you do this right, you no longer really have an urgency to try and force anything, or you're totally fine if you don't get it because you already have it within you. You'll have this realization like the kingdom of heaven is within you, and our 3D senses can deceive us. So before you believe that the 3D you see around you is real, you hallucinate your reality. You hallucinate your conscious reality. This is a TED talk from Anil Seth. You hallucinate. So nothing that you see is real. The only thing that's true is what's within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Like I recently just awakened to this, and it really makes sense. This is why they inverted everything. And you have these fake experts that are trying to give you the impression that this is just a physical universe, even though quantum mechanics has proved that wrong. And this is putting you in a position to take your power back. So I'm not going to make this too long a ceremony. All you need is a pen and a paper. You don't even really need a pen and a paper. I'm going to write it down just because writing it down, Sag and Pisces know this, just because writing it down is going to make it stronger for me. I'm air earth, but if you want to do this all in your heads, if you want to do this with your fingers, you can. Super simple manifestation, okay? And I'm going to make the instructions super simple, because there's all these techniques, like you have to feel it, you have to do that, do whatever you want, but it's simple. You're going to write down 5 manifestations and intent. It's not goals. It's not like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. It's 5 things that you are. Like, I am the most successful toe model in the entire world. I have the coolest significant other, could be 2. Like, you're going to write all those 5, and you're going to persist in that until you have it. You're at some point, you're going to see, oh my gosh, I got all 5. Every single one of you watching, you've done this before. You've manifested stuff you intended. So this isn't anything new. This is just the update on the 5. This is the intention that we're moving forward with Capricorn. Okay. And the universe will respond in kind. So basically, TLDR, evil alien overlords with vessels and puppets that they give power to those and influence through other people's darkness and greed and whatnot. And this, don't take this as gospel truth. This is just like a TLDR concept that you can play with. Just imagine that you had evil alien overlords finesse humanity and lie to them about their power. They realize that these are conscious creators who, in alignment with God, can make anything manifest. So they separated you from God and made you believe that your imagination is bullshit, it's delusional, and everything that you see in your reality is what's real. But the opposite is true. And if this challenges you, it challenged me too. Like, I have a Gemini. Like, I thought I was thinking logically. Too long didn't read. Okay. I thought I was thinking logically, and I didn't realize I had to be so stubborn and learn through experience. I can confidently tell you now, it's the other way around, guys. The 3D reality that you see is an illusion. The inner world you imagine is the only true world. It took me 32 years to accept this. But once I made that switch, I have it, like, I've always had this peace. It's not like my whole life has changed, even though it has, but I'm already seeing the results. I'm already seeing a lot of subconscious weight and blockages that I had because I felt that I had to chase what I want. I felt that I had to do things versus accepting that everything I desire comes to me. Okay, I have an example of this. I remember when I went to Atlanta, I went there because I wanted to meet 2 people. I chased my desires. I was like, in order to make this work, I have to do. Shout out to Blue Flame. We love you. All right, we're gonna have you back on here. I was like, I want to chase my desires. I feel like I have to do this in order to make this happen. So I set it up. I was talking to. I set up, connecting with 2 different people. One was a Cancer lady, the other was a Leo lady. We were just gonna link up. The Cancer lady was actually gonna give me a cleansing. So I was looking up to give her my clothes, and then my Leo friend I was gonna hit up. We were just gonna, link up. Shout out to her. We're still cool. But yeah, they had both flaked on me that night. the main reason why I went there, they had basically faked. I wasn't attached to it because I also went out there to just explore. So like if it didn't happen, I was cool. But earlier that day, someone out of nowhere hit me up. And I didn't expect them to hit me. I didn't see it happen. She's like, hey, do you want to meet up later? So those two flaked. I ended up meeting up with her. It was the most magical night ever. And it taught me a lot. It's like when what is meant for you will always find its way to you. It's nothing you have to manipulate. You just have to be yourself. Because I was just being myself and I mentioned I was in Atlanta, she hit me up and it taught me the greatest lesson. You know what I'm saying? And this is like a celestial queen. And it wasn't until I just let go. Once again, shout out to the Leo lady. Like she apologized the day after. So she's cool. We cool. It just taught me a lot, you know what I'm saying, about how when we try and force things, or feel like there's anything we have to do, you're mirroring some insecurity. Whenever you tell the universe you're going to get something, you want something, you don't acknowledge you already have it. And it was a huge mind trip to accept it when you desire someone and you have that urgency and you feel like, damn, you start to worry. Versus when you accept and decide, they're mine. That's my person. Listen, you're going to be a little delusional. I'm just be honest. Like, there's no way that's not going to look delusional, but that's the whole process of faith and manifestation because you're bringing in what's unseen into the scene. And so when they convince you, every single fucking one of you watching this is so goddamn powerful. They had to convince you that you're delusional for seeing this so that instead you give your power away and then they give you illusions. You imagine it's real, it becomes real. So Matt, you see how 280 of us are making this realization? Hundreds of thousands of people are making this realization worldwide. And this is leading into the revolution. Basically, now until March is everyone awakening their God power. And then moving forward from March and April, it's on, baby. It's the revolution of a lifetime. And if you listen to the way, like, there's a way you can look at 3D and see, okay, it looks like Ukraine's going to fight Russia. That's all distraction. That's all distraction. If you watch 3D and listen to how it's like on 3D, you will be completely distracted from what's actually happening. The conflicts that are actually occurring are purely internal. This is more a conflict between demons, angels, and vampires than political nations who are all in cahoots behind each other. They just have to act like they're fighting so that you don't realize the jig is up. And that's not to say that there isn't any genuine legitimacy to what conflicts are happening, but it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. The real revolution is you as an awakened being versus the forces that be who want to trample on your sovereignty and deny who you are as a soul. Okay, you will gain more context of what that looks like in Aries, but for now, we're going to set this intention and get ready because once you make this intention, you're going to see it rapidly manifest so fast. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is that everything that you write down, you must know you have now. So it's not like you're looking forward to it. You have it. When you know that that's your person and you see them with a third party, you're like, good, that third party is going to prepare them for me, but I'm not attached. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not attached. I'm not waiting for someone who's already mine. I'm just living my life. And that's where miracles start to manifest. It's easy for me to say this because I was in a rock and a hard place where I had nothing but manifestation to lean on. And it's come through every time where I had no choice but to have faith. I have yet to this day been left hanging. So it's easy for some of you and me to know that the shit works, guys. The only thing that gets in the way is your doubt and how much you let 3D circumstances stop you from believing. The moment you have faith, right? It's the journey of getting it. Once receiving, you know it's the end. Okay. So with that being said, when you feel that, you feel this relaxation, you feel this comfort. Now the way you get at your desires change because you know it's yours. You're coming at it from reverse. It's not like, will I get it? You've decided. You're co-creating it with the universe. And that persistence helps you work through any challenge. Doesn't mean it's going to just happen easily. You can be like, you know what? I like that girl. She's my significant other. And you believe it, and she rejects your ass, or he rejects your ass. But you don't let that 3D circumstance stop you. You still persist. You still persist. And, a week later or a year later, you find, you know what? Hey, I curved you before, but I've been thinking about you the entire time. I'm gonna give you a shot. Or you know what? I actually do have feelings for you. And this is where, you're not doing this to wait for the outcome. I have to be very clear here because some people are like, when am I going to see results? You asking, when am I going to see results, is you saying to the universe, you don't have what you want. The universe is not going to give you what you want. The universe is going to reflect what you have. You must acknowledge that it is with you. It is within everything that I didn't get it when I first heard this, but everything that you could ever want is in the world within you. That's why you desire it to manifest it. Doesn't mean it'll always come out the way you expect. And that's why it's a journey, but just stay true. And now this puts you, shout out to Feel Good, he's been on this. This puts you in a journey of excitement. Okay, now that you know it's yours, you get happy. It's like, wow. I'm gonna make that video this upcoming year. It's like receiving an order. It's like, I know it's going to come. My order is on its way. And that way it's like, if it takes longer, it's gonna come at the right time. And you're building faith. Faith is a muscle. So you don't have to get it right the entire time. You just need to build it. You just need to build it and build it and build it. And so, relative to that free will, in aligning with your authentic self, it helps you overcome any wrenches because you're not focused on the 3D. You know what you want is yours and you move forward, knowing that it'll meet you where you're at. And this is where I say before, you don't want to look for your desire. Your desire will meet you on the path you're walking. If you want to find your soulmate's going to meet you while you're living your best life, doing your path, not when you're trying to find other people. Okay. So just keep that in mind. You have free will. I have free will. However, in my reality, you don't have free will. I am the God of my reality. You don't have free will in my reality. In your reality, I don't have free will. I don't. In your reality, this is a very important distinction. Yes, Whitney, please dance. We're gonna talk about this. In your reality, I don't have free will. You can decide that I am anyone in your reality because I'm you pushed out, and I will conform to that. Okay, it's not the same as you're not manipulating my free will because I have free will. I have to decide to align to that. So when your desire is in alignment with my desire, that's what it comes through. I don't have free will in your reality, but I have free will in my reality because you're the God of your reality. I'm the God of my reality. And this is the complex, multidimensional overlapping that reveals the illusion of separation. So with that being said, I'm very excited for you because everything that you're about to write down is the initiation towards pushing you through. The moon is literally on Mercury. So this intention is going to hyper accelerate. And all you have to do is embody it. Feel everything as if it's here because it is. You are it. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Everything you could ever desire is within you. You don't have to chase anything. You're unforgettable. You're unique. So everything that you desire, visualize, feel, see, whatever to do, but at its most simplistic nature, just decide it's yours. Once you write this 5 stuff, right? Or once you make this intention, or once you do this, doubt is going to creep up. Frequencies that oppose your frequency are going to pop up. This is a good thing. This now creates friction and resistance. Resistance is necessary to create voltage. And so when you say, I'm the sexiest being alive, all insecurity is going to crop up. Now everything I do is sexy. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was a bum, I'm sexy. You have to believe this. Insecurity is going to crop up. You might even get psychic attack from other people who can see your frequency, because there's that element of psychic attack too, where it's like, oh, you're visualizing this, and embrace it, because just like a video game, if you don't beat the enemies, you're not going to level up. So just look at it like that. It's like, yes, bitch, I'm the sexiest. Who else would it be? And you're literally stepping more into, like, you want the challenges. I used to run from challenges. Like I vividly remember in high school, before I graduated, I was 17. I cried like a little girl. When somebody confronted me, I cried. When I was 21, or when I was like 19, or when I had just moved to El Paso, it was the second time I had ever run too. I just got scared. I froze up. With this tooth chick, I start running. Halloween of 2010, I body slammed it again. I never ran ever again. But I don't get into fights. I've never been in a fight. I'm a very peaceful dude. But I'll never run ever again, right? It's just, when it comes to conflicts and stuff that is like harsh, or problems, I was always avoidant. I never wanted to deal with issues. It's a Libra trait. It's a Gemini trait. It's a mutable trait. It's not a trait of a sign. I take that back, because any sign can do it or not. But every sign knows how to avoid problems and attack problems. So I take that back. However, once I realized that my challenges are good, I cried like a little boy. So when I was in high school, I had kissed my friend on the lips, and it was pretty creepy too. I'm not gonna lie. I'll have integrity for that. I told her to close her eyes, and I kissed her lips, right? And she laughed, but she was talking to this dude at the time that I didn't know was her boyfriend, even though they had broken up or whatnot, or so I thought. So he confronts me. I got set up. My friends wanted to play. No, I do have an Aries friend. An Aries friend stood up for me years ago, when I had thrown something at a snowball at someone's car, and then they stopped the car and they wanted to come out and do something. Mind you, we're like in grade school. We're not even in high school. My Aries friend goes into his house, comes out with a bat, and they all run away. Shout out to Justin. That's my dude. That's that dude right there. Anyway, whatever friends those were, right? Take me to the football game. I get set up. Now, props to him, because he wasn't really a bully. It's kind of a little bit of a funny story too. He comes up to me and said, "Hey, she told me what you did. You need to let me hit you in the face." And I was terrified. First of all, I had to take the biggest crap ever. I had to take the biggest dump. So like, imagine you have to take a huge dump, and now this dude is approaching you saying, "Hey, I need to hit you in the face." So I'm like, so first of all, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, I need a poo. What the heck? And I'm like, hold on. Okay, you can do that, but can I use the bathroom first? So now I'm running to the bathroom, all terrified, like, what am I gonna do? I didn't know they were together. Oh. I take the most depressing crap of my life. I go back out there. They took my video games. I brought the handheld. And so it's about to happen. And I just start breaking down. I was like, I didn't know y'all were together. Mind you, I'm like 17 years old. So like, I'm not even a freshman. I'm like a senior. I was a senior that year. I wasn't even a junior. I was a senior in high school that year. And so I have the Taurus rising too. And when I don't talk, people think that I look all stuff. Until the Gemini, I was crying. I was like, oh, like, and even then I still don't regret it. Like, I mean, I probably wouldn't have handled it like that. Even not that too. When it came time to get the game, I didn't even have the courage to go into the house and get it. I wish I did. My Pisces friend at the time was infuriated. He's like, how could you even do him like that? And he got that. Michael Lubin, God bless you, bro. You're really a really good friend. But you know, back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna front. I have nothing to lie for. I cried. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know. I was sincere too. I sincerely was like, I really didn't know you felt that way. And like, he didn't end up hitting me or anything. If anything, they were just like, chill. You don't have to do all that. But yeah, that was the first time. Second time, someone had followed us, and he had brought out a tailpipe from his car, and I instantly just ran. And I'm not proud of that at all. especially if it was now, we could have whipped his ass, to be honest. Like, we really could have jumped him. But for some reason, I ran. He broke every single car. The dude took his tailpipe and on some retarded stuff, broke every single window in that parking lot, except for mine, which was very weird. He didn't know it was my car, but it was very weird. Anyway, that was like 10 years ago. That was like 12 years ago. Okay. Ever since then, I was in another altercation where I was a little bit tipsy. It was a Halloween, but this was 10 years ago. Someone was making fun of my friend argued with someone and he thought it was me. And I was like, that's because you're a bitch. You're not going to do shit. And he was like, what did you say? And I was like, you're a bitch because you're not going to do shit. You're saying this. Dude headbutted me. That's how I got this tip. And it was my first altercation. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to beat this dude up. And I came back and I went through, body slammed him. And I'm not proud of that too. I'm not saying that for ego, but he was knocked out because my Aries friend had knocked a bottle over his head in the time that he lies. Like, you need an Aries friend. You need an Aries friend. They are equipped. They'll be out here just knocking people out. I swear to God, we were outnumbered, but it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't consider that my first fight. I still don't believe that I've ever been in a fight, but I know if there's ever an altercation, I'll never run away again. I'm just not afraid to admit that I have run before. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. It's part of development. But what I learned recently is that challenges and friction are the shit. Like, you want to embrace it, because especially in the terms of, vibrational warfare or stepping into your intent, all those challenges that arise, the more you confront them and deal with them as is, the stronger it makes your intention. Psychologically speaking, it's just black magic. Remember, the illusion is you're in this physical reality with a spirit. But no, you're actually representative of a non-physical reality having a physical experience. You're just projecting it here. And what sustains it is all of us sharing this projection. But in your perspective, you can create magic. So it's just black magic. Whenever you set that intent, the frequency manifests a counter frequency, and whoever has the stronger will wins. That's all it is. Your shadow self is putting out a frequency through whatever form it goes in that is the opposite of what you want to manifest. So when you have the stronger will and persist, it's an analogy, it beats that out. That's why there's doubt, insecurity, and stuff to test you. But if you have faith, it will move mountains. Okay. So it's not as simple as just believing in something. You must know without a doubt that you're creating it. Your words are powerful. Okay, command the universe to make this happen, and you will co-create it with it. All you have to do is write. So what we're going to do, we're going to write these 5 things down. You are going to decide. Capricorn is I decide. It's I use. You are going to decide here and now that this is what you have and this is who you are. And moving forward from that, you're just not going to doubt it. What do I have to do, Peace Dealer? How do I bring it in? That's what I used to trip myself up on too. I used to think I had to know, but everything that I have ever manifested down to the $1,000 that brought me to Vegas, I didn't have to know how to do it. Just happened. Every time I tried to figure out I had to know what to do, it didn't work out the way it meant to. All I had to do was just be. And when you get out your own way, you really recognize how magical of a creature of being you are. Okay, so there's nothing you have to do. You just have to decide that you want it, release expectation, and what's going to happen is you will create the way. It's going to unfold for you, and you will be inspired with what actions to take, but you probably already did it. So you'll see synchronicities that will show you you're headed in the right direction. And yeah, for example, when you set an intention, and then you see a synchronicity shortly after, that's like ordering a pizza. And then when you order the pizza, there's a little bit of time that elapses, and it's like, we got your order. We're preparing your order. That's the synchronicity. Consider those updates. then when you keep seeing synchronicities, it's letting you know, because people are like, what does it mean? What does it mean? It's not that there has to be a specific meaning. It's just letting you know, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's giving you evidence that what's happening in unseen realms is occurring. So the reason why this is important is whenever you have doubt on a manifestation you're coming into, just remember the synchronicity you saw. Keep going. You don't have to worry about anything else. 3D will incorporate certain dynamics. You don't have to manipulate it. Just keep going. And what's going to happen is that as your self-concept changes, what you want changes, right? So it's okay to change your intention. That's a part of the journey. But the more you feel it like it's within, there's no sense of urgency. And I struggled with that. I struggled with accepting that. It's like I started to feel stuff like I had it, and it would feel really good. And I'm like, wow, that feels really good to be with this person, to have these experiences. But then eventually I'd be like, okay, where is it though? And I would be contradicting myself. And then eventually, because this stuff takes practice, right? Eventually it clicked. Whereas I started to worry, instead of worrying, I chose to relax. And shout out to Manifest with Matt. He speaks of this concept in his video. If you look up on it, Manifest with Matt, The Dirty Secret of Manifestation, check that out. He'll hook you up. Great channel. And also Manifestation Man, great channel. But basically, replace worry with relaxation. Replace trying to figure out with just letting things go. Like, these are what you want to feel anyway. So the thing is, once I kind of just switched that flipped that switch and felt it like it was real, because it is, instead of feeling anxious, I felt satisfied. It's like, yes, this is mine. Like, I got it. You could feel it though, right? Because your soul is tapping into the quality outside of time space where 3D isn't defined. So in its unlimited potentiality, as quantum mechanics proves, as there's multiple potentials, it really can be anything. So what you're feeling isn't wrong. That being said, it's staying true to it that materializes it. And once you feel it and you feel that you have it, it's instead of that surgeon, it's replaced with the sense of gratitude. Thank you, universe, that this is coming in. I feel it. This is so good. And now you cultivate it and it gets stronger with you. You're literally allowing the universe to surprise you and show you a miracle, or as you co-create with God and Holy Spirit. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? It really works. It's the frequency. And once that frequency switches, now when you approach, let's say this is a significant other, when you approach them, you've already felt that they're yours. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to do anything on the 3D externally. You can just, nothing may happen that day, but you already know it's going to work out. Now the way you approach them is so much more confident. Whereas if you were worried about how to get them, you're worried about if you do something right. Now you're more yourself because you know that there's nothing you can do to stop what's yours. Okay. So with that being said, as much as I want to say, we're going to start this ritual. All you have to do is get a pen and paper. Okay. Or if you don't have a pen and paper, you can use it in your head. 5 fingers. I want you to write 5 things about yourself. I am this. I have this. And in honor of Capricorn season, it has to be your greatest goals and achievement. 5 fingers. I want you to imagine that each finger holds this manifestation. I'm the sexiest being alive on the planet. My business is the most successful business ever. I have the closest connections with my friends and family. Whatever it is, the more specific, the better. But even if it's vague, you're tying in more to a feeling anyway. Okay. We're ritualing. And the cool thing about this is I give it by 5. There's no time limit. The reason why there's no time limit is some of your manifestations are so grand that if it happened quick, it would be like preparing a meal in a microwave for a minute. you're going to eat it and it's a little cold. Versus if you give it time and let it actually heat, you're going to enjoy it. You're a miraculous, wonderful being. There's no reason for your insecurity. And there's every reason for anybody to love you the way you are. Okay. Still improve on yourself and do better as you want to, but get rid of this insecurity. So write down at least 5. I'm going to write down 5 fingers. And then what you're going to do after you write it down is you can say it out loud or say it in your heart and feel it, or visualize it, or just decide. For those of you who don't want to feel it, just decide. For example, feeling enhances it. But the base state, when I wrote down on a piece of paper, and this is all true, I wrote down on, and this you've done before too. This isn't anything crazy. I wrote down on a piece of paper, I'm going to receive a notification for $40 in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I received it. I did the same thing. I'm going to receive a notification for $50 in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, nothing happened. In 10 minutes, I got $80. I was on a PayPal loan. They took 30% out. It was 50. Took a little bit longer because I got time, doesn't matter. But yeah, I set the intention of Jupiter that I wanted $300 in less than 3 hours. A Sagittarius woman paid me $250 and asked if I wanted 50 more. I can't make this shit up. I set the intention that I wanted $1,000. I read E squared. Pam Grout was like, look, just give the universe an order and give it 48 hours. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make it to the Leo Kings convention. It's $1,000. Okay. I put that out there. Show me something, universe. And at the time, I had created a service that was $1,000. I had never expected anyone to buy it. I was thinking, someday in the future, people will be able to afford this. Boom, in less than 24 hours. And I doubted. I set the order. And right before I saw that I got it, I was like, see, that's why my prayers don't get answered. And I look at my phone and I received $1,000 and I felt so stupid. I felt like the angels were laughing at me like, yeah, who don't answer your prayers, boy? I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be honest with you, answered every single one of my prayers. I'm sorry. But we get caught lacking, we get impatient sometimes, you feel me? So with that being said, in every single one of those instances, never did I feel that I would get it before I got it. Never did I do visualization techniques and exercises. Okay. Oh, shout out to you, Shireen. Never. I just decided I'm going to just do it. If it happens, it happens. In each single one of those instances, I never expected it to happen. I set the order. I decided this is what I want. And I let it be. Those are the ones that happened. Every single manifestation that I have had the fastest was stuff that I was totally indifferent. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it works, it works. Cool. This is what I want. Boom. Especially the day that I traveled here. Okay. The day that I traveled here yesterday, when I went to the airport, I was like, oh my God, someone that I know from El Paso is going to recognize me. I don't know how I knew that. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to see somebody that I recognize. And then I was like, let me manifest it. I'm just going to see, we're going to see it. And then I let it go. I wasn't expecting anything. When I tell you I went to the bathroom and then someone looked at me and said, hey, what's up? And I was like, he looked at me, came to the bathroom, was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, wait, you look familiar. He's like, you probably don't remember me, do you? And I was like, oh, snap. Straight like that. And that wasn't even more than 10, 20 minutes. Like, your synchronization process is so complete. This is facilitating. Just like I have this experience, you have 5 of those experiences. It's not just me. You feel me? So just keep that in mind, because what we're seeing here is you manifesting the culmination of all these breakthrough experiences you've had to push you forward to this next completed level. So you're going to write the 5. You're going to decide that that's it, and you're going to let it go. When doubt comes up and you start to try and change the status quo, you're just going to defend it. When doubt says, I don't know if that's going to happen, you're going to be like, no, it will. I don't need proof. I don't need to know how. It will. That's it. And that's why it's so difficult, because it's so simple. That's all you have to do. Just persist. And not only persist, okay, Rochelle, uh, Charlie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just got your cash app. So with that being said, Rochelle, with that being said, if you want to enhance this, that's just the basic. For those of you who you struggle to feel it like it's here, you don't even have to do that. The manifestation techniques that work for me, at some point I doubt it because it's literally like ordering a pizza, my friend. When you order a pizza, you can doubt if the pizza man will arrive, but the pizza man sometimes still arrives. Does that make sense? Like the pizza man might be delayed, but you might think, but the pizza man still shows up. Not all the time, though. Sometimes the order gets canceled. The universe is like ordering from a pizza store, except the universe will never cancel your order and it will always arrive. Just don't cancel the order. Some of you cancel the order and you're like, no, it's not coming anymore. I don't want it. So now the universe doesn't see a landing pad to give it. You don't have that. It's not even belief or faith. You just haven't decided that it is. You don't have the frequency to receive it. That's really it. Set the intention, create the frequency to receive it. And the more work you do to create it in your lifestyle, the more it attracts. But you don't want to do techniques like this to affect change or results. The greatest gift I gained from this is aligning my inner world to now I feel so content and grateful. Even if things don't happen exactly the way I want them to, I'm cool because I have everything I want within me. I used to think that was corny. Like I didn't really understand it, but it makes so much sense now. And knowing that you have everything to celebrate, you are everything you could have ever wanted and needed. This is like so incredible. For those of you who want to enhance this, okay, spend all day imagining and creating the world around these five. What do you see? What do you feel? And then when you come back into 3D, represent that. And yeah, basically, you can just every day pick any one of those five or all five of those in your conversations. When you go to work, you're going to work as those five. When you talk to people, you're talking to people as those five. This anchors it more, and eventually it's all going to come. And once all those five come, I want you to take that manifestation list and make a frame and commemorate it. You can even put the date. Okay, everything happens through me. Sacred axiom, I am you. That's the divine equation. Separation is an illusion. I am you pushed out. Okay. You literally manifested me. That's why you're here. So definitely great to meditate before, after, and as you kind of bring this in. And so I want you to see this as a celebration. You're bringing in five, not wishes. You sometimes wish for something you don't have. Everything that you're putting in are intrinsic qualities within you. You've just decided to manifest it. You've just decided to bring it out of you. Okay. So I'm going to real quick. Feel free to write your five or think of them. All right. Oh, snap. I'll be right back. I have to get another pen. No, I don't. Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, all right. Oh my gosh, you can't be serious. I'll be back again. All right. I have a pencil now. Retrograde on the pens, right? All right. I have a pencil. I'm gonna just use wood. Earth element. I should have just used the earth element. Now, another element of this, you want to make this private between you and God. Okay. Let what you are intending be between you and God, and let what manifests be evident towards the whole world. Okay. That preserves the purity of it and doesn't let anyone else's subconscious energy, good or bad, interfere. Okay. But you can still incorporate others in it. They just may not know that that's what you're intending. Okay. In a fair way, of course, that doesn't trample their own boundaries. Nice blue lightsaber. I like that. Interesting. Hmm. I was about to say, even this pencil too? Okay. Alrighty. Also, with this, you can't be too outrageous. I actually personally prefer that you kind of go overboard. You kind of go beyond what you think is possible, so you can actually surprise yourself. But if you want something reasonable to you too, it's really just tied to what you want. So, I'm being guided to tell you that if some of you need to switch the context of how you intend this, you're welcome to too. So instead of just writing this down like they are your intentions, you can write this down as if it's your higher being giving you missions of what you're going to bring down here. That gives you a more of a sense of purpose that you're not just going to do it. So I feel like that'll resonate with some of you. Yes, I was also going to say if you want to extend this and do a 10-finger manifestation for each hand, you can too. Just don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. Okay. Weird. Oh, go all in. Don't hold back. Go all in. Do not settle. Do not settle. Do not settle. Okay? Do not settle. Beautiful affirmation. Confirm your life is unfolding in miraculous ways. Amen. Boop. Boom, baby. And so it is. All right. That's it, y'all. Um, if I was back in my apartment, you know what I'm saying? Uh, they don't have to be I am. They don't have to be I am. I said I am or I have, but they really could just be five intentions. A really good question. So with that being said, see the whole thing, Rich Boss, 7,000 a week for life is not enough to intend. That's the thing. It's not enough. And not only is it not enough, you don't have to ask for it. It's already yours. Remember, you don't have to ask for anything that's already yours. The only reason why you don't perceive it is the third dimensional time lag. It exists energetically. It just has not materialized through physical circumstances to bring it through. I this is this is the number one thing that really shifted for me. Once I accepted that it's already mine, like I already have it. I'm just converting it. It's like what you're doing is the equivalent of converting in-game currency or converting real currency to an in-game currency. You thought that this money you spend is the real currency. No, the real currency is your energy within. You're just converting it to an in-game currency. See, people who are acting like the monopoly money they have means anything. No, it doesn't. It's the energy you have within. That's your true currency. That's the currency these alien overlords are slaving you to give them to make them rich. But you don't need a job, buddy. You don't need them. You just need yourself. You just need to decide what's up and co-create with the universe. You know what I'm saying? So when I mean that, it's like, oh, I don't need a job. I'm just going to imagine that I'm rich and it's just going to fall in my lap. Honestly, if you're a Pisces, it can work like that. It can work like that. But you want to align with your own energy. So set that intention and do whatever it is you can to set that up and let God do the rest. Some of you try and do too much. All you have to do is what you're inspired to do. If you're not inspired to do anything, don't do anything. Maintain that until eventually you do. If you are, do that. And don't worry about how. Just decide what it is you want and stick to it. That doesn't mean you won't have to embrace challenges through it. And that's what trips a lot of people up because they want everything to happen so easy. You forget the challenge and the struggle is what transforms your situation. Some of you need to cry that energy. Do that. Just like a butterfly needs the struggle to grow its wings. So embrace the challenge. It's already yours. No one can take it from you. And don't get caught up in external 3D circumstances. That's it. So we've written the 5. Write it, release it. You can keep it, right? Don't just do something. Thank you. They take your superpower and give you worthless fiat currency that people kill each other for. And it's completely worthless. Value fluctuates all the time, but the value of your soul is eternal. It will never fluctuate based on whatever market is there. This is so important because we're done getting finessed as a collective, and it's time for us to do this once and for all. So listen. To practice telekinesis means that you are a supernatural MFer. This is something most people would never even dare get into. And for you to be 2 years into it, I respect you, brother. Like for those of you who are on that level of activating, time doesn't matter. It's not about when. It's just about enjoying the journey. Okay. And that's coming from Mars and Aries. I'm so impatient. Shout out to you. Okay, shout out to all of you. I want to just once again thank you all for this journey ever since I started 2012 and this YouTube channel 2014. You are single-handedly the greatest, most legendary gift that I've gained from this. There's not really a gift that I'm looking for. I'm not expecting for me to make millions of dollars. That's inevitable. Your boy going to be rich. Your boy going to be, there's going to be little to no one in this world who doesn't know the peace dealer and who isn't talking to the peace dealer. But when I make it there, that's not why I made. The reason why I'm successful now is y'all. You guys acknowledged my skills and my talents at a time in my life where I did not know I had any value to myself. In a time in my life where everyone external from me gave me the impression that I'm crazy, that I'm weird, that there's something seriously wrong for me for pursuing this passion. And, every single one of you that has not failed to let me know the influence that I've had on your life and the value of the work I do, there's not a single amount of money that can pay for that gratitude and for your presence. Everything that I do, I'm doing to give back to y'all, to upgrade so that we can really move forward as a movement. I am eternally grateful that I've had the opportunity to serve each and every single one of you. Like I have, y'all taught me firsthand. It is quantity. It is quantity behind quality. It is quality over quantity. Okay. And I'm so grateful. Like, honestly, if this was it, I'm grateful. Like, I don't need millions of followers to be like I would rather be around real true people, and all of you have shared your gifts in your own ways that have just kind of confirmed and helped guide me along. So I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Every single time y'all share testimonials, it literally makes my day. Like, you have no idea. And, I feel like this is such a great milestone and checkpoint towards um, how far we've come and moving forward. Prepare yourselves. Now that you've written these 5 things, even if it's just one, towards this, okay, you're going to continue to experience the synchronization process, hyper accelerate, but now at a more powerful dynamic quality that may, shout out to you, Shauna, for joining, equate more so of, and Christian Dixie, shout out for joining too. I saw you join earlier. Earth shaking. This is one of the first 4 God level breakthroughs. And the reason why this is happening, Sophia, I truly appreciate you, like it is happening right now, is because this is the last year Pluto is going to be in Capricorn. This is the last cycle. Saturn is going to be in Aquarius. This is the last cycle. Of course, Jupiter already came out of Pisces. So you're going to notice these effects. And basically, you already experienced the Sag season, in that this has been happening every year. But now that the outer planets are at the end, this is it. So basically, you notice the Sag. If you notice the Sag breakthrough, I want you to comment a fire sign emoji. It's the first out of 4 God protocols to step you into your higher self. Sagittarius season was the breakthrough of your synchronization process. I want you to comment a fire sign emoji if you had noticed personally that you broke through in how much more you can see elements of your abilities, taking them to the next level, and see elements of your manifestation. Like, end of Sagittarius season saw you see things and it just happened, which isn't anything new, but the quality of how quickly it happens is synchronizing the unalignment from your 3D self to your higher self. For those of you who commented fire sign emojis, get ready. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That was just the rocket fuel that catapulted you out. If you experienced that, Cap, Aqua, and Pisces is it. It's going to shatter your world. We're 2 degrees in. It's just begun. It's square Jupiter. I'm being guided to tell you that the earth-shattering quality over the next 5-6 months of what's going to bring in what you've written down because of the subconscious wave, shout out to you, of your intent is going to be kicking ass. You're literally sending out ripples right now. That ripple comes back in the form of resistance, and then you just kind of move forward. Exactly. See? We're synchronizing. We're all synchronizing together. So given that, move forward knowing you made it. You did it. And this is because everything that you're bringing in, you're meant to contribute into the new world so that we can lead forth this revolution. Y'all stay blessed as always. It is an honor and it is a privilege. Okay. And we are already telepathically connecting. But as Airbender Ecstasy said, we're going to be more aware of what we've always been doing. Remember, there is only one God, that is Christ, Jesus. Regardless of how you say that name, the kingdom of heaven is within you. And there is nothing external outside of yourself that you need. That scientist, that politician, that expert, they represent worldly wisdom. There's no amount of worldly wisdom in this world that will save you. It is God's wisdom and God's wisdom only that will guide you through this mess of an illusion as you make through the end of days where people are unhinged. People are more evil than ever. And so it's up to you to lead the way. These kids are dependent on you. Y'all stay blessed as always.